Shane Mitchell at Revolut, and he asked, "What separates average from exceptional? Should be performers in your sales team. Exceptional performances in your sales team."
Yeah, I've written a whole article on this before. For me, the biggest thing that separates those two different players is consistency. I've seen so many sellers in my career who have the capability of a blowout quarter, setting records. Quite often they're the ones that walk around the office, walk and talk like a seller, and you're like, they're good. They've got the chat, and they are just as likely to potentially have a really bad quarter as well. I feel like those things, at the level of volatility, follows. What I see as more valuable in colleagues, in what leadership have valued, and what I like to think that I bring most of the time is like being the Volvo in the team. Like, you're coming in, you might not do the 200%, you're doing a 150, but the biggest thing is when you are missing, you're not doing a 20%, you're doing a 90%, because you have that obsession about data where you are modeling for what do I need next quarter? What do I need next quarter? Like, coverage is not a perfect model because we have variance in sales, but coverage should protect us from high levels of variance. And so we might have a great quarter because we set ourselves up and a few things swung our way. And so we did 140, but we've created enough through the 6 months prior where we've been prospecting, where we've been building conversations across target accounts and SMB accounts, so that we come in with a really healthy pipeline from day one in that quarter.
So what does that look like then? Like how, like discipline,
Yeah.
routine, like what's your day to day look like?
Yeah. There's one book that I can't recommend more than anything else, which is the Four Disciplines of Execution. Like, I've taken the learnings from this and I put it into the way that I operate for the last 8 years now. The key principles are basically figure out the very first leading indicator. This isn't just even about sales. I think one of the examples in the book is about safety in like a manufacturing warehouse. It's like, what is the absolute first thing that has to happen that leads to those outcomes you're trying to drive? And in sales, that's really easy. It's like your top of your funnel activities. But it's not like tracking meetings booked. It's like something that I have to do. There's a lever I have to pull before we have a meeting booked. So identify what that behavior is, create a live scoreboard of how you are tracking against that metric, create a regular program of accountability. So checking it every single week, how are we doing against it? And then creating accountability with leadership to that behavior. So if you're accountable on a regular basis with a live scoreboard on the leading thing that drives revenue at the end of the day, and you follow that on a week to week basis, like, you're always going to raise the floor basically of your performance.